First off, I want to send kudos to Vice and the people that created the season 4 of Dark Side of the Ring. This has been a great series. This season is way better than the third one because what happened with the third one was Vice wanted more episodes and they had to scramble for content to fulfill those obligations. But this time around, you could tell that the stories is paced out better. The episodes are paced out better. It's more flow structure. You get stories from Bam Bam Bigelow, Abdullah the Butcher, Skip and Chris Candido and Sonny. You get Magnum TA. Who else? Junkyard Dog. This was a great season. Way better than 3. And they topped it off by ending it with Marty Janetty. Man, let me tell y'all something, y'all. This is probably one of the most depressing episodes I've ever seen. And not only, this is probably the most depressing episode since the Jake Roberts one. Since the Jake Roberts episode from last season. Or the season before that. And see, 2 things I want to clear up about this episode here. Number 1, even though we seen how HBK got down, he did a lot of ass kissing, of course. He did a lot of backstabbing. I can't hold him fully accountable for what happened with Marty Janetty. Marty Janetty was basically self-destructive within himself. And what the documentary didn't show this time around was they didn't show that Marty won the title from Shawn Michaels. He won the Intercontinental title in 93. They had a feud, but he couldn't stay out of his way. They also didn't show that when they brought him back, he won the tag team titles with the 1, 2, 3 kid. But he couldn't stay out of his way. So then they teamed him up with Al Snow and they formed the New Rockers and he went by the moniker Leaf Cassidy. Let me tell y'all something, man. Al Snow is in phenomenal shape. He is one of the few wrestlers that came out of that era looking solid. Pause. So it's great to see Al Snow still in great shape. And he's still doing good. But then you start seeing some of the wild shit that Marty was getting into. We talk about got the crack. We talk about him and HBK falling out where he almost killed him. He beat his ass. And then Vince McMahon went ahead and pretty much separated the team because he felt Shawn had a bigger chance of stardom than Marty. That led to them breaking up, and that led to the infamous barbershop fiasco. And Marty had a deep hatred for HBK for years. He resented HBK for years. There was time where he probably wished death on HBK, and there was also where he would throw arrows with Shawn Michaels' picture as a target, hoping it would hit certain places. He hated Shawn Michaels for years. He resented him. But Marty just couldn't stay out of his way, man. And them drugs, messing with prostitutes, messing with the wrong people. What was very shocking, not really shocking, and then people really playing onto the myth of Marty just talking shit, was when Marty confessed to a murder. And it had the investigation coming at him. And a lot of people are thinking he may be telling a lie because he's high. Because he would get on Facebook and just talk random stuff. People started to believe it. Some people believe it, some people don't. It's a myth. I personally believe it. He just don't remember it. But the thing was, they gave this dude chance after chance after chance. Shawn Michaels, when he got saved, got him baptized, tried to bring him back to the WWE fold. They had a great match together, reunited as the Rockers. Had $1 million waiting for him, and he fucked that up. So I'm thinking, well, damn. This dude is just bound to mess up. But then on top of that, you also get to see the toll that these injuries have taken over the years. Like, these guys go through a lot, man. Like, their bodies start breaking down later on. Janetty's a hot mess right now. Like, he's really going through it right now, especially with that ankle injury. And between those bumps on the road and the drug use, man lived a long, rough life. Real rough life. The assets partying, get in and out of jail, nights on the road, all that catches up on you, man. And Janetty's still a loose cannon as usual today. He ain't changed a bit. But what was interesting about this documentary as well was the fact that you really get to see what people mean by the Janetty curse. Because a lot of people say they don't want to be the next Marty Janetty because they see exactly what being somebody partner is. I think this is probably why Jimmy Uso, I'm speaking of kayfabe, turned on Jay, because he's like, man, look, I'm already showing signs of this shit. I already got a DUI. Janetty got 20 DUIs. I ain't trying to be no Janetty of the squad to let my younger brother take all the light. So I'm going to do what I got to do to keep my ranking in the tribal chief. So that's probably what he did. But overall, this was a real good cap off, man. This was a real good episode right here. It's sad to see. It's very depressing. Hope the best for the guy, even though he's out there in his own world. But definitely check it out. Vice did their thing on this one. Also, check out the episode he did with Bam Bam Bigelow, Abdul the Butcher, Junkyard Dog, which is my favorite one. What's his name? I forgot. It was another one. It was I think it was Adria Adonis. Yeah, that one too. But definitely check those Vice episodes out. They did a thing for season 4. So this is King Eric. Holla back.